Hi, my name is Shakal Hussain Limon. I'm a current student of Deakin College, doing my Diploma of Computing, which would lead to Bachelor's of IT at Deakin University. I plan to do my major in cloud computing. So to begin with, it is very important to understand what cloud computing really is. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are computing in the cloud, but what it means is that you can store your data on cloud, which is a remote server where the infrastructure is already built and you probably use someone else's infrastructure and pay them a monthly usage bill or a subscription. Um, the major firms are using cloud computing right now at the moment. Netflix, NASA, and then there is eBay, iCloud. Big firms are turning onto cloud computing as this is cutting down their cost since they don't have to have their own infrastructure or own server, which is very expensive. They can upscale the usage according to the traffic and downscale the usage when they don't need to. And firms like Amazon and Microsoft, IBM, Google are all coming up with cloud services to provide this service to the third party firms. Why does this really interest me? Because according to a stat, it has been seen in the third quarter of 2018, there has been 346 million domains that has been registered, and over the last 13 years there has been an increase in usage of computers in households from 27.6% to 48.7%, which is almost double. So the number of computer usage is increasing over time, and more businesses are turning online. And e-commerce is also booming over the years, as we can see an increasing trend in Amazon and eBay where people are doing their shopping online. So as this trend is increasing over time, more and more businesses will have their own website. This will require them to take services from cloud, since it would be very cost efficient rather than having their own server. So I really want to become a cloud architect where I can design cloud storage for many firms and work with them to provide them these services. Um, and to become a cloud architect, the basic technical skills that I need to require. I would start with HTML, and I have required basic HTML knowledge in my trimester one in Deakin College, where I had to design hybrid app, so that required HTML. And I also plan to take SIT 135 once I'm in Deakin University. That will help me to learn HTML5 in depth. I've also learned JavaScript in SIT 120, which was the same unit that I designed the hybrid app. And I also plan to do online courses on Code Academy and other sources to increase my knowledge in JavaScript. I'm also doing SQL in this semester in SIT 103, where I'm learning database and management. So I also plan to take SIT 221 and SIT 307 in Deakin University. That will enhance my knowledge in cloud computing, in database. I've also taken SIT 120, where I've learned the language C. And once I come into Deakin University, I plan to undertake SIT 306 and SIT 215, which will help me to increase my knowledge in C++. So these are the language that will technically help me to master the skills that is required to become a cloud architect. I also have to require other knowledges such as AWS certified architecture and Google Cloud Computing architecture and Azure certificate for cloud computing. This certificates I plan to complete within the next 2 years. That will give me more knowledge about the current platforms that are being used in the industry at the moment. So that will make much more easier for me to work with these platforms with the firms later down the line. Other than that, I'm doing a part-time job, which is working in a restaurant that is helping my communication skills. Um, that was my presentation. Thank you.